Alright guys, this is the Myers fan back with another video game discussion. This time it's Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, and it was released in North America on September 16th, 2005. I didn't get my copy until October of that same year. The game was pretty decent. It basically tells the story of Liu Kang and Kung Lao traveling to Outworld to fight the various Mortal Kombat bosses or villains like Reptile, Goro, Scorpion, Ermac, and many others. I thought the gameplay was decent. The fatalities were good. The story's good. And a long story short, at the beginning of the game, they're all on Shang Tsung's island, and there's a voiceover at the beginning that's like, Mortal Kombat! And you see a flag with the Mortal Kombat logo on it. And when I saw that, I thought the theme song was going to come on, but it didn't. But anyway, they're all on Shang Tsung's island. They're in this room, all fighting each other. They're all beating the shit out of each other. You got Reptile fighting Johnny Cage, and Reptile just bites the shit out of Johnny Cage, bites him on the head. I don't know how he wasn't laying on the ground after that. You've got Liu Kang kicking Shang Tsung's ass. I thought that fight was badass, man. Let me tell you. I mean, he whooped Shang Tsung's ass to the point where Shang Tsung had to cheat and call upon Goro to help. Then you had Scorpion fighting Sub-Zero. I think Sub-Zero ripped out the spine of one of the guards and hit Scorpion with it. I was like, what the fuck? Like, this game is so brutal. I really enjoyed it. So as I said, they're in that room beating each other up. And then they have to make their way to the Wuxi Academy, where Raiden tells them that they must work together, work as a team, and that if one of them are free, they all are free. If one of them wins, they all win. But if none of them are free, or if even one of them are oppressed, they are all oppressed. So basically, they go to the Wuxi Academy, everything's looking peaceful. And then all of a sudden, I'm laughing because the Tarkatans set the Wuxi Academy on fire. And then they have to go and get these big things of water, these big jugs of water, and put it out. And then basically what happens is Raiden encounters Shang Tsung trying to go to Outworld. And if you haven't played the game or seen the movie version on YouTube, turn this video off because this review is going to be full of spoilers, but I'm going to give it away right here and right now. Shang Tsung impersonates Raiden for the entire game, and he basically has Liu Kang and Kung Lao going around killing the different Mortal Kombat bosses, all so that he, being Shang Tsung, can take over Outworld. He wants to usurp authority over Shao Kahn. Like I said, it's basically a decent game. It is a huge departure from the rest of the series. I enjoyed it. I did think, though, everybody in here was an asshole with the exception of Liu Kang and Raiden. I like Raiden. He was a nice guy. Johnny Cage was funny as hell, always hitting on people. You know how Johnny Cage is. He's the ladies' man. There was a little bit of jealousy between Liu Kang and Kung Lao. I think Kung Lao resented the fact that Liu Kang was the famous one, the chosen one. And Kung Lao was like, when am I going to get the honor? When is my family going to be honored? When are my ancestors going to be honored? And Shang Tsung used this to his advantage because as Raiden, he basically said, hey, you shouldn't trust Liu Kang. And then he went to Liu Kang and said, you shouldn't trust Kung Lao. He got them to fight each other. One of my favorite scenes in the game is when they have to get past Reptile's giant snake, which I still don't understand because if the snake is so big, why couldn't Kung Lao just throw his hat at him and chop his head off? That literally didn't make any sense. But anyway, when they fight Reptile, let me tell you guys something right here and right now. They beat the shit out of Reptile, man. Let me tell you. They punched him in the face. They basically ripped his jaw apart. And then they broke his neck. I'm like, damn. The brutality in this game is just off the charts. There was a scene where they go to the Nether Realm, which is like Mortal Kombat's version of hell, and they stab Scorpion with his own spear. I mean, this game really turns it up, man, let me tell you. Like I said, long story short, Shang Tsung is the one pulling the strings. He's the one getting them to kill the other bosses, also he can take over. But it doesn't work because at the end of the game, they fight Shang Tsung, Kintaro, and Shao Kahn. And Shao Kahn reveals Shang Tsung's plan. But of course, this is after Shang Tsung is killed. What they do to Shang Tsung is they punch him in the stomach 3 times and break his neck. Man, I can't stop laughing because there were some parts in this game that were just funny. Like Shang Tsung's death. I enjoyed Johnny Cage. He was a bit of an asshole, but he was a ladies' man, so I respect that. It's just Johnny being Johnny. He's always been a ladies' man. This game seems to be a bit inspired by Mortal Kombat Annihilation, because in Annihilation, there was no tournament. Everybody just beat the shit out of each other, and that's what we have here in Shaolin Monks. I like the part where Liu Kang and Kung Lao were fighting Goro in the wasteland, and they were about to kill him, and then Johnny Cage literally appeared out of nowhere and said, no, stop, let me do it. And he just kicks a hole through Goro and makes this hole in him. Oh, man. I really enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the storyline. To make a long story short, I know I keep saying that, but Raiden was with Jax the entire time because what happened was, like I told you, at the Wuxi Academy, the Tarkatans basically invaded the place, and their king or whatever, Baraka, invaded the place also, and Sonya Blade tried to fend him off, but he ended up taking her and banging her head against the wall, and all this blood comes out, and then he kidnaps her and takes her to Outworld, where he holds her hostage. They're all being held hostage, and that's why they have to go to Outworld to save their friends. It was Liu Kang, Kung Lao, and Johnny Cage. And Raiden was there with them the entire time while they were being held hostage. So that wasn't Raiden helping Liu Kang and Kung Lao, it was Shang Tsung. Then you got Kitana and Mileena. They're fighting each other, and Kitana's mean to Liu Kang, and it's like, well, he just saved your life. That's the one thing I didn't like about the game, and the writing is that everybody was an asshole in this game, and it's like, if everybody's an asshole, how can you tell the difference between the good guys and the bad guys? Liu Kang was the only nice one, the only gentleman. He and Raiden. Jax was okay, I guess, and Johnny Cage, I guess he was alright. but the rest of them were annoying. And it's like, wait, are you the good guy or the bad guy? Even Kung Lao resented Liu Kang. And it's like, you could feel that there was something sinister about Kung Lao, and it's almost as if they wanted to do something between the two of them, but maybe the writer just didn't want to pull the trigger on turning Kung Lao into a bad guy. I don't really know, I'm just guessing, but Kung Lao had a very sinister nature about him. And then when they get to the wasteland, by the way, to fight Goro, Sub-Zero helps them, by the way, after trying to kill them, because we find out that that's Sub-Zero's brother, and that Sub-Zero's brother has become Noob Saibot. We also see Movado, the guy with the hooks. That's either Movado or Cabal. It might be Cabal, but either way, the person with the hooks tells them, well, I can't help you. Well, so why are you here then? If you can't help. That didn't make any sense. But anyway, they basically kill all the bosses. They kill Shao Kahn. They turn him into a stone. And then they kick the shit out of him and break him into a bunch of pieces. And then Liu Kang goes off into the sunset with Kitana. And Johnny Cage is like, I should get the girl. How come Liu Kang gets the girl? What's wrong with this picture? Johnny Cage is funny as hell. And just when you think all is right with the world, Quan Chi pops up and he starts laughing in a sinister nature, and the game comes to an end. That's my review of Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. It was released on September 16th of 2005. Decent game, decent storyline. I enjoyed it, and thank you for letting me review it for you. I'm the Michael Myers fanatic, and I approve this message.